Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Good. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about adapting and adopting materials. Do you know about that? So I will give you a questions, simple questions. So what is adopting and adapting materials? First, this is about introduction. So, good teachers are always adapting the materials they are using to the context in which they are using them in order to achieve the optimal congruence between materials, methodology, learners, objectives, the target language, and the teacher's personality and teaching style. According to McDonald and Sherry, after considering the many reasons for adapting materials, they focus on the principles and procedures of adaptation and give advice on adding, deleting and modifying, simplifying and reordering. Teachers might select the material that will be used unchanged, reject either completely or partially section of the material, add extensions or further exploitation of the existing materials, and replace components of the materials. The next questions: why adapt? The answer is the reason why every teacher will need to adapt materials is made evident in the model of language curriculum design. And I'll show you the figure, this one, yes, adapt formulation and mechanism. This is the model of the language curriculum design. Okay, you can see? Okay. So this is about inner circle represents what happened in the classroom, and then outer circle represents the factors that influence what happened in the classroom. And you can back to the figure. Yeah? The first environment analysis captures information about the learners, the teachers, and the learning teaching situation. Number two, need analysis helps to identify what the learners are currently able to do in the target language and what they should be able to do at the end of the course. And number three, principles refers to research and theory about language learning. Next question, what to adapt? So inner circle represents what happened in the classroom, such as content and sequencing, format and presentation, monitoring and assessing. It leads to achievement of goals. So, some question for teacher: what will I teach and in what order? How will I teach it? How will I know that learning is happening? That's some questions. Because of information provided by one or more of the outer circles, teachers might choose to adapt one or more aspects of the teaching that occurs in the classroom. Attune to content and sequencing. So in this part, teacher can adopt materials from book that is available locally. Teacher can adopt a story or topic that is familiar with the learner's experience. As a result, it will produce relevant material for learner because it based on their culture and context. That's the point. By using this, teacher was able to hone in each learning goal of the activity. Next, a change to format and presentation. A type of activity often found in the coursebook is a gap-filled reading activity. In this activity, the motivation of students to finish the task is probably rather low. So, the challenge for the teacher then is how to transform such unpromising material. This is the challenge. So, there are several activities that can lead to a dramatic transformation as follows. The teacher reads the story to the learners. In reading the story, the teacher fills out the gaps. In pairs, the learners compare and check their understanding. The teacher reads the story to the learners for a second time. In small group, the learners rewrite the story and learners read other groups' stories. Next is a chain to monitor and assessment. Teachers need to know whether or not learning is happening, and they need to know this on a regular basis so as to inform their teaching. A simple example that teacher can incorporate into their teaching is a quick spelling test at the start of each lesson. This may be a means of reinforcing target vocabulary introduced in the coursebook or from some other sources. The best class result was obtained by the only teacher who used daily tests to monitor learning. And so, what criteria for adoption or adaptation? So, Graves points out that teachers consider a variety of factors in developing, choosing, or adapting materials. Two of the most important are their effectiveness in achieving the purpose of the course and their appropriateness for the students and the teacher. So McDonald and so, Saving Medicine Environment mentioned that materials are adapted in order to achieve congruence. So the point is about congruence. They further discuss that a good teacher is constantly striving for congruence among several related variables: teaching materials, methodology, students, course objectives, the target language and its context, and the teacher's own personality and teaching styles. The Cummings rules also list a number of factors for adaptation of materials. The first, the dynamic of the classroom. The second, the personalities involved. The third, the constraints imposed by syllabus. The fourth, the availability of resources. And the fifth, the expectation and motivation of the learners. Okay, this is about adapting and adopting the methods. Please watch this video more and more. And as I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Bye.